Hello everybody and welcome back to TMG Trades, the best place on YouTube to be getting your up-to-date Bitcoin analysis, and you join me here today in my bear market living room. I'm going to go up to the office in just a second. We're going to discuss the charts, but right now Bitcoin's price keeps going down. The price of Ethereum, it keeps going down. Where is the bottom? Well, we're going to discuss that in today's video. We're going to do some analysis on the price of Bitcoin, but of course we're going to be looking at the bigger picture in today's episode, and we're also going to be looking at what we've got planned over the course of the next week, because although the market is down, that's no good reason for you guys to be down. It's no good reason for me to be down either. This is a good reason for me to be down. Have you seen my ceiling? It's covered in plaster. Anyway, let's discuss on the chart, shall we? So then, we're in the office, and Bitcoin's still going down. It's $21,500 right now at the time of filming today's video at about 44 minutes past 10 o'clock. On, what day is it? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I mean, I've got no idea what day it is anyway. It's bear market. Who cares what day it is? I'm only joking, of course. Actually, I'm not joking. I genuinely didn't know what day it was. It feels that way sometimes when you're in these times. Anyway, Bitcoin looks terrible. Don't long right now. Not a good time to be going long, quite simply because leverage in this market, not a wise idea to be over leveraging yourself. I mean, 2x, yeah, you could probably get away with it. 3x would avoid, really. 2x is really where I would be putting it really maximum right now, unless I was scalping on the short-term time frames. But what we're going to discuss in today's video is a bunch of different trading scenarios, and the one that I think is going to happen. So starting off with Bitcoin's price right here. We talked about it in the previous video that you'll see on the channel. We talked about this short position here. I was long on Bitcoin. Unfortunately, that long position got stopped out. However, it got stopped out at $28,400. I then went short at $28,400 and closed my position, half of it at these levels here, around $25,000, and then the other half around $23,500. That in total, it only made a little bit. It was only a small position anyway. But Bitcoin, it keeps on getting rejected at this level of resistance right here. Don't expect it to break straight through this level of resistance. I've seen quite a few people charting this as an inverse head and shoulders pattern. I would argue against that. I don't think that is an inverse head and shoulders pattern. In fact, what I think Bitcoin is probably going to do is make a higher low here and probably come up and attempt a W reversal pattern here and probably get to around $23,500. I think that's the most likely scenario from this point in time. I do think a bounce will happen down here around 21,400 to $21,000 somewhere. No, actually, no, that's about $21,000 actually. That's bang on $21,000. Do I expect it to go below $21,000? It's unlikely, but also bearing in mind on the small time frames like the 1 hour, the MACD just looks horrific. Everything about this chart looks horrific right now. It does not look good. Then if we look at the 30-minute chart, for example, things again, they look like there's more power to the downside. Tonight could get even worse. And also, I've got another thing to point out to you tomorrow, which is tomorrow, the Fed is going to start talking. And when the Fed starts talking tomorrow, it's going to get very, very volatile. We'll be going live on my main channel, That Martini Guy, at 6:30 tomorrow evening. Assuming all being well, I intend on doing it. I just remembered maybe I've got a clash there. I'm going to try and do it anyway, going live for the Fed meeting tomorrow. It is going to be a wild day tomorrow. The question really is everything already priced in? Or is it all going to kick off? And we're going to find out tomorrow. You don't know the answer today. But the markets have been reacting very negatively. So I imagine whatever is coming out from the Fed has already leaked a little bit, and it's not good news. So when it comes to Bitcoin anyway right now, this is the daily chart. Again, the daily chart looks absolutely horrific. We have nothing good. There is nothing good about this chart other than this level here. Is a level, last time we reached this level on the RSI, we did bounce to the upside, and that upside bounce was to the tune of around 40%. So never say never. Doesn't seem realistic right now. Is buying right now, buying spot Bitcoin, a good idea? Yes, absolutely. Buying Bitcoin off the open market, the actual underlying asset itself, is a great idea right now, in my opinion. Not financial advice, of course. Longing Bitcoin right now is less of a good idea. Essentially, I'm looking at this from a 3-week span. Do I think Bitcoin's price is going to be higher in 3 weeks than the current price of Bitcoin now? Yes. Do I think Bitcoin could dip down to 10K? Part of me, unfortunately, does think that it could. But on the whole, I think that buying actual spot Bitcoin and buying spot Ethereum right now is actually quite a smart idea if you plan to hold for more than 3 weeks, because even 3 months or 6 months, like, it's a really good time to be accumulating. But of course, you know that, and the odds are that you don't have the liquidity to be throwing at Bitcoin right now because of the cost of living crisis. And just bear that in mind. Watch the video that is about to come out on the main channel, that Martini guy. That video is about stagflation. If we have stagflation, everything's going to get worse. So much worse. It actually gets really bad if we have stagflation. So watch that video when it comes out. Back to the charts, though. We're going to discuss what is going on with Ethereum next. Now, let's go over to Ethereum. This is the amount of Bitcoin longs being opened on, just bearing this in mind. This is now like a $3.2 billion long position on Bitcoin. It is absolutely insane, the guy that keeps taking out these trades on phemex. They've been increasing significantly over the past kind of 24 hours or so. They've been buying the dip like crazy on phemex. One would imagine that is because they know exactly what's going on. However, these guys have got a lot more money than us. These guys can afford to not get liquidated by just putting in more money into their positions. So just bear all that in mind. Now, I want to discuss Ethereum with you right now, because we discussed this before. Bullish price action, bearish price action. We actually broke below this level of support. When we lost that level of support, we dropped down horrifically. I actually did analysis on Ethereum earlier today, and I said, look, this here is not an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Instead, this is going to most likely come back down, form. In fact, I'm going to get rid of some of this analysis that I've got on the screen here because it just looks a complete mess. We'll start again. 1 second. Just let me get rid of this and this. There we go. So essentially what we have here, a lot of people have been calling this an inverse head and shoulders pattern. I don't think it is, because I think we've already breached it. We also have this level of support right here that we currently sat on. I think that we'll lose that support. I also think that we'll probably dip down a little bit lower in terms of Ethereum's price. I think we'll probably drop back down to maybe around $1,100, current price being $1,161. However, I am going to put stink bids here, $1,100 and $1,120, in the expectation that actually we come round and hit this resistance level here. This resistance level is sitting at $1,300, and this is the trade that I intend on taking over the course of the next couple of days. This is a trade worth about 17%. Using 2x leverage, that should be a nice 40% profit, give or take just a little bit. And the reason I'm expecting that to happen is because on these smaller time frames, what we're seeing right here is bullish divergence is starting to form. So although we technically have a bearish crossover about to happen here on the hourly chart for Ethereum, I actually think that that will happen, and then it'll be immediately rejected, and then we go bullish again for a very short period of time. This is not to say I expect a breakthrough here. I do not expect a breakthrough here, but we will see at the time whether it's looking that way. I actually expect more likely we drop down again and probably retest the low, bearing in mind that Bitcoin is taking the path of most pain. So does Ethereum. It will liquidate as many people as possible on the way up, on the way down, and on the way sideways. So just bear all that in mind. Make sure if you get some profit on a trade right now, take the profit. Also, the other thing that I wanted to bring to your attention in today's video, let me just bring it up on my screen right here. Here we go. Is the World Series of Trading. The total prize pool is $8 million. You have 22 days left to join, assuming that this web page is up to date, and I think it is. But essentially, if you want to join the World Series of Trading, anybody can enter the World Series of Trading. All you need to do is click the link in today's video description next to where it says World Series of Trading, have above $500 in your account, and you will get a 30% fee discount over the next 30 days, which will make your trading fees a hell of a lot cheaper. But also you can get up to $4,100 for free if you use the link in today's video description. So check that out. You'll find a link down there. I'm going to be competing in it. You can join my team. This is the nice thing about this. So basically we have currently 130 people, I think, in our team. And the aim for me is to get to 200 people by the end of the registration period, because I think with above 200 people, we stand a very high chance of placing in the top 3 within this competition. And placing within the top 3 within this competition will mean an amazing payday for everyone involved, plus $100,000. It will be fantastic for everybody. So make sure you click the link in today's video description for the World Series of Trading. But I would say right now, when it comes to Bitcoin, the only trade for me, I'm not taking any Bitcoin trades. The only one I'm fancying somewhat is on Ethereum, but I would say on the whole, pretty much a no trade zone right now. I don't think that trading at these levels is particularly sensible. I would say that buying spot is sensible, but buying spot is different than leveraging. And I feel like the market is so volatile that it could just wick in either direction. So I would preserve your capital right now, focus on saving, focus on actual buying actual assets. So buy actual Ethereum, buy actual Bitcoin, and have a 6-year to 12-month kind of period in your head of which you plan to hold that and just set it aside. Say that is your long-term portfolio. That is what I'd be doing right now. Okay, not financial advice, do your own research. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, slap a like on it. I'd really appreciate that. Need some likes to cheer me up. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. This